Today on New England Living, we're up for adventure as we head to the treetops to climb and zipline our way through the ultimate outdoor ropes course. Plus, we're exploring one of America's oldest continuously operating mill sites, right in our own backyard. And celebrity chef Jason Santos joins us at the outdoor kitchen for some tips on grilling up the perfect summer seafood dish. It all starts right now on New England Living. New England is full of adventure. Up and away.
Oh, you just did your first takeoff.
You're part of my dream day right now. Join me as we discover the people and places that make us so unique.
This is it. You can't find it anywhere else in North America.
I mean, does it get any better than this? Love the place you call home with New England Living. Thanks for joining us today on New England Living. I'm your host, Rachel Holt. We're here in Canton, Mass. to explore the ultimate family playground with Treetop Adventures' Cheryl Olia. Hi, Cheryl.
Hey, Rachel. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having us today. This place looks incredible.
Yeah, we're excited to have you. Beautiful weather. We're going to head down to harnessing, get you all geared up, and then we're going to show you how everything works.
Oh, let's go. I'm so excited for this.
Once you're kind of stepped in there, we're gonna get these outside straps all the way up and over your shoulders. So if you wanna help me out with that.
Yep. Ooh, this is so exciting.
Over your shoulders. Awesome. So you've never been here before, first time?
No, this is my first time.
Awesome. That should be feeling pretty solid for you. Are we doing good?
Ready. Okay, thank you.
Cool. Yeah.
All right, we're all geared up. I'm feeling very official here. This is really fun. What's the next step here?
All right, so we're going to use our clips. You can take them off your neck. And the cool thing about these clips is that they keep you locked on the course the entire time. So all you need to do is just take your unlock clip, put it over that cable, push up and in, and now this clip is locked and this one is unlocked. You just put it right on next to it. Why don't you try it?
This is some pretty fancy technology here.
Oh, it's locked.
Okay,
Perfect.
Now we're feeling safe and secure.
Totally, 100%.
And then we do the next one.
Yep, and now you are locked on the entire time.
Let's see where the wind takes us here.
Excellent. Right now, I'm on an element. There are obstacles. They're in between both trees, and one person can be on an element at a time.
And these are gonna test all of our different skills, like balance, right?
Absolutely, we have balance beams, we have swinging logs, ropes, tunnels, zip lines.
All right, let's see how we do on this.
All right.
I can see that. All right, let's go. Woo!
Next step is we're gonna get off the course. You're gonna find your unlock clip, and put them up over your head like a necklace.
Okay.
On to our next adventure.
We're ready for the treetops.
We are. So before we get going, we're gonna show you around the course. There's something for everyone, every age and fitness level. We're open to climbers ages 7 and up, and we've had people in their 70s and 80s even climbing on the course.
In the 10 years that Treetop Adventures has been here, what is it like to give people that outlet to do something outside like this amongst the trees, so close to the city?
It's so rewarding. Everybody comes in here, and the best thing that we love to hear is initially someone starts out and they're a little bit more tentative or they're challenged by something, and by the end of it, they're smiling and they're like, I did it! And they're so full of joy, and it just makes it really worthwhile.
Well, I have never done anything like this before. What can I expect once I get up there?
Well, we're almost to the main platform, so we'll check it out.
Okay.
Have some fun in the trees.
Can't wait. All right, now we're on the platform. It's feeling real at this point. What's the next step?
Awesome. So people come off that practice line and they head up onto the main platform. And from here, all of our trails head off of the main platform, and people can choose their own level. So we have the beginner trails for people who are just trying everything out, need to get the hang of the equipment. And then we have our green intermediate trails. Typically, it's one of those trails that people start with, and then they work their way up to the more challenging trails, like our blue trail and eventually the black trail, if they'd like.
Do you notice too, people start out maybe a little scared, and then by the end, they're just really enjoying themselves?
Absolutely. I think the technology takes away some of that fear. So as people go halfway through that first trail and they realize there's a pattern to things and they're moving their clips, it takes some of that fear of the heights or the obstacles away, and then they're really just enjoying their time up there.
We are really close to Boston, but at the same time, being surrounded by nature, it feels like we're a world away from the city. And it must be really nice to offer that outlet to people to enjoy just being outside.
Yeah, it's a special property. We're able to build right in the trees, and we take really good care of them, and we do things that don't damage the trees, but you're able to be climbing through the trees and in the trees, and it's not like a telephone pole park that you're having the sun bake down on you. There's a lot of shade, and you can just feel the breeze through your hair, and it feels like you're getting away, but you're in the greater Boston area.
But what really sticks out is we're safe, we're secure. At the same time, you're up there alone, and you really have to work through these obstacles in your own head.
Absolutely. The technology allows us to have like hundreds of people in the trees at once, but our staff is there if you need us, but otherwise it's your experience. You're safe, you're locked on, you're with your friends or family or coworkers, and you're really cheering each other on, addressing those challenges, helping coach each other through. So there's just a lot of awesome team building and bonding that happens just through that shared experience together.
All right, what trail are we gonna work with today?
So usually people start on a yellow or a green trail. I think green is more intermediate. I think we could start there today. How do you feel about ladders?
Ladders, I'm a fan of ladders.
Get some height going?
We'll try it.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, awesome, we'll check it out.
All right, let's do it.
Perfect.
All right, here we go. Oh yeah, these are moving. This doesn't make it easy on you to get across here. Oh, this is so fun. All right, this is a setup here. What's going on?
Perfect.
Because I watched the pro do it, that's why. Oh, there we go.
Now we're at the choose your own adventure portion of the trail. You can end in a jump or we can end in a zip line. How are you feeling?
They both sound fun. What do you think we should do?
We should go for the jump.
Let's do a jump.
All right.
That sounds great. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of breaking a sweat a little bit. Is that normal?
Same. Slack line. Woo!
This is not easy. Yeah, whoever made this course, I would like a word with them. They have some explaining to do.
Nice.
Why is the last one the hardest one, it feels like?
Great job.
All right. All right, we're walking the plank. Woo! Ah, that was amazing. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks so much for coming out.
Next time we're coming back here, we're doing the more difficult trail.
Absolutely. Bring those muscles.
I'm hitting the gym until then, yes. Coming up after the break, we're heading to Arlington, Mass. to visit the oldest continuously operating mill site in the United States. When New England Living returns after this. Welcome back to New England Living. I'm Rachel Holt. First established over 160 years ago as a picture frame manufactory, it is a rare survivor of the small family-owned mills that once helped define New England. Up next, we learn the secret to keeping this tradition alive with Old Schwam Mill's Dermot Whitaker.
Dermot, we're here on the first floor of the mill. What a cool space this is.
This is the part we're standing in right here. Was built in 1861. It was a mill that had burned down. It got rebuilt, and the Schwam family, who came from Germany, bought it and began making picture frames here in 1864.
This is what you call a living history museum. What does that mean exactly?
Well, when the place went out of business, a woman from Arlington, Patricia Fitzmaurice, organized a trust, and she raised money, but more importantly, awareness of the place as a rare example of a family-run wood frame factory. New England was covered with these things for years, and very few of them survive. But when she took over as the first managing trustee, she realized it's meaningless if we don't keep the machinery running. So ever since 1969, when Pat came in here, She always had a turner on staff, and we continue that, and we continue to use the machinery to make oval frames.
Let's talk about a Schwamm picture frame, right? Because we buy a picture frame now, and sometimes we don't even think twice about it. Here, so much work goes into making a single frame. They're called heirloom frames. I know there's another name for them too.
No, that's often the way that we describe them nowadays. In the 19th century, people would have been buying oval frames partly because of the fashion of the time. We think of it as a Victorian type of item, but they really lent themselves to portraits because of that shape. And everyone had portraits in the 19th century once photography was invented. Those oval frames to us nowadays, they look a bit old-fashioned, but they also represent the way people used to decorate their homes and their parlors in particular. Nowadays, people might get them as an heirloom type gift, like a wedding gift, often with a mirror in them. But historic homes and museums need us to make frames too, to replicate ones that they have in their collection. Maybe they don't want to show it the full year round, or they need a replacement.
We're in the workshop area down here. It's got the creaky floorboards. It's got the exposed beams. This is a really cool spot.
Almost nothing about the building has been significantly changed since 1969. It still has a certain dampness about it. It still seems like a 19th century or 20th century factory. And then all this exposed machinery is the way the place would have looked and sounded right up until it closed in 1969. And of course, by keeping the machinery running and keeping David Graff, our turner, on staff, we continue to have the place look and feel and sound like it did when it was a working business and not just a living history museum.
And a key part of that living history experience is wood turner David Graff, who's been creating these hand-turned oval frames for over 25 years.
All right, so David, you're the wood turner here at the mill. You're the person who is operating these machines that are some of the oldest in the country, I understand?
Well, I'm aware of the fact that this is a national historic site, and it's the only place left possibly in the world that has this particular kind of machinery. And the lathes in particular, the oval or elliptical faceplate lathes, are the only ones of their kind possibly in the world. I'm really trying to uphold that standard of excellence that they established over about 100 years of doing this work.
It's cool to think about the other hands who have touched these things that you now use.
That's a very good point. Yeah, I think about it. I mean, somebody had to design these lathes. Somebody had to sit down and think about how is this really going to work. There's a lot of thinking and choices that were made along the way, and here we are.
So much work, but it's 2025 and it's all still being used, and so all worth it.
Oh yeah, no, I totally respect the ingenuity and choices and the quality of the work that was done all those years ago.
What is the response like when people come in, because it is a living history museum, and you get to come in and actually see this happening in the process? What are the reactions that you get?
Most times people feel like they're actually stepping back in time. Everything's different, the telephones, the typewriter, and all the machinery with its belts and everything is just a totally different way of doing things than most kids have grown up with, where almost all design happens on a computer and is virtual, whereas everything in here is material and sharp and fast moving. And you're actually trying to make physical things interact with wood to come up with a beautiful object.
It does feel very untouched when you're in here. Stepping back in time feels completely accurate, almost as like a movie set in some ways.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oftentimes we draw like photographers and people like that who like to visit it just to take pictures of the place, inside and out. We hope that it doesn't in any way come across as artificially preserved or too neat. It's a working factory, so people should feel like they're stepping into a workplace. It's fun to imagine what the place would have been like at its height with 37 workers, a lot of them speaking German, running in this place and producing thousands of frames a week. One thing that's great about the place too, because the walls have never been cleaned or repainted or anything, is that they're covered with graffiti from the workers, oftentimes like the first snow of the year or serious snowstorms or big news events. Sometimes they'd record, not to mention their own names, their first day, the day they quit, All those things recorded on the walls. Occasionally notes about things that happened at the mill, the fire department arriving one time or something like that.
You are part of that legacy, present day, keeping the tradition of the mill alive. What does it mean to you to be a part of something like this?
This place has so many audiences and interests. Keeping the building and the machinery going is the first charge of this museum. Everyone who worked here is part of the story. The Schwams who owned it is part of the story. The people who built it and the techniques used in building the place are part of the story. And so people who come here take away something different depending on what it is they see and want to know about. And we feel we have to try to preserve access to all of that for all the visitors of all ages.
Coming up after the break, one of Boston's most creative and recognized chefs shows us how to grill up the ultimate summer seafood dish when New England Living returns. Welcome back to New England Living. Up next, celebrity chef Jason Santos joins Michaela Johnson on the Outdoor Grill for tips on how to cook up a simple but sophisticated ahi tuna recipe.
Jason Santos is a celebrated chef, restaurateur, and television personality, known for captivating diners and viewers alike with his bold look and even bolder culinary style. Born and raised in Massachusetts, he's nationally recognized for his reoccurring appearances on TV's Hell's Kitchen and Bar Rescue. His restaurants include Buttermilk and Bourbon, Citrus and Salt, Nash Bar, and his latest offering, Butterbird, at Arsenal Yards in Watertown.
We're here at the Clark, Sub-Zero, and Wolf showroom with a chef you might recognize, maybe from his time on national TV or from one of his local restaurants. It's Chef Jason Santos.
Hi, how are you?
Great, how are you?
Good, very well. Thank you for having me.
What are we making today?
So we're gonna make a very simple dish, but it's so delicious. Sesame crusted ahi tuna, some grilled asparagus, a chili mayo, and a little chive oil, a little tobacco, a little pea greens. Super simple, clean, and delicious.
Sounds healthy too.
Yes, very healthy, of course.
Where do we start?
Okay, so we're gonna start ironically with the asparagus because the asparagus actually takes longer than the tuna.
Really?
That's how quick it is to make this dish. Super easy. So I have some asparagus here, local, beautiful, little salt, pepper, a little bit of canola oil. So olive oil works too, canola oil, avocado oil, and we're just gonna put this right onto the grill. We're gonna cook that. So normally when you have asparagus, a lot of people will blanch it first, but because the grill's so hot, I like to cook my asparagus from raw. Keeps it bright green, really crisp and refreshing.
So we should really heat our grills at home.
Piping hot, oil, salt, pepper, right on that grill. You wanna hear that sizzle as soon as it hits that rack.
Yum.
Okay, so next we're gonna grill our tuna. So this is an ahi tuna. There's bluefin tuna, there's albacore tuna, there's a ton, but I like the ahi. It's really fresh, it's bright red. When you're picking tuna, you wanna make sure it's super fresh, no fishy smell, that bright red and firm texture.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna take that tuna, same pan, little oil, a little salt and pepper each side. Touch of oil, give it a little bit of a rub, flip it, salt and pepper, and it's gonna go right into the beni seed. So a beni seed is an heirloom sesame seed. Now we don't have to get fancy. If you wanna use straight sesame seeds, you're not gonna hurt my feelings, but basically it's the same thing. These are just kind of fresher, nice, organic. So we're gonna crust this really well in the sesame, and we're gonna find the hottest part of the grill, because this is only gonna take mere seconds on each side.
Okay.
And we're gonna put it right on the grill.
So Jason, how long does this tuna have to cook? You mentioned it's quick.
Yes, so I like to eat this tuna rare as possible, and I do want that sear. You want the sesame seeds to kind of get that crust on it. So you're talking maybe a minute, minute and a half on each side, and it's actually ready to flip right now. So we'll flip that. Beautiful. Nice golden brown. You don't want to burn the seeds because they'll get really bitter. And so the asparagus, bright green as you can see, delicious and nicely cooked. So I'm going to pull that asparagus right now. And that tuna will have another 30 seconds and we're good to go. So tuna's good, beautifully cooked rare. We're gonna take that off, let that sit. We have the asparagus and we have the tuna. We're gonna get into the sauce and the garnishes.
Before we do that though, I wanna chat with you a little bit more. First and foremost, the tuna you mentioned rare, totally safe, fine to eat.
100%.
I think sometimes people get worried when they hear that term.
This is a beautiful, pristine piece of tuna, sushi quality. You can eat it rare, you can pick it up and eat it like an apple. Honestly, it's that fresh, that delicious.
You have a couple restaurants that are like flavor combinations, buttermilk and bourbon, citrus and salt. Do you have a personal flavor combo that you love when you're cooking?
Yes, I like salt and I like a good olive oil. Those are my two favorite things. I put it on everything. It's great to finish some nicely grilled vegetables, a touch of sea salt and a good quality olive oil. And for me, less is more. I like to keep it clean and simple.
Plating is a technique that can also wow your guests,
It is, and definitely it's about, you know, beautiful food. It makes you want to eat. If it looks good and you cook good, then it's going to eat good. So we're going to just make one last component. We're going to make a chili aioli. So basically I started with the aioli, which is lemon juice, garlic, a little bit of olive oil, and I'm going to just put that right in the bowl. And then we're going to start to season that. So I have here some chili garlic paste. So this is an Asian chili garlic paste you can get anywhere nowadays. I have a little bit of chili oil. So I'm gonna drizzle that in. This is pretty spicy. We don't want it to be too much. So really what's gonna happen is just gonna dye the mayonnaise and give it a nice, beautiful red. And then lastly, yuzu juice. So yuzu juice is Japanese citron, and it sounds crazy, and you can get it anywhere nowadays, but really lemon juice or lime juice would suffice, no problem.
Perfect.
I just like that yuzu. It's a cross between like an orange and a grapefruit, so it's really citrusy. So a touch of that, we'll give that a stir, and then of course, everything gets salt and pepper. A little touch of salt and pepper, final stir, and we're basically ready to plate.
All right, so aioli done?
Yes.
Tuna done?
Yes.
Asparagus done?
Yes.
What's next?
So now we're gonna plate. Very simple, and I chose this white plate because I like a blank palette. And this dish, because it's so simple, we wanna make it look a little bit more elegant than it actually is. And that's a great way where if you're serving guests at home, get that extra $1 for that dish at home, you know, by making it beautiful. So we have this aioli here. I'm gonna just take it, and I'm gonna do the whole drop and drag as chef terms go. So we're gonna drop a big spoon of this, and we're gonna just drag it across the plate, like so. We will take our tuna, we're gonna cut it in 4 pieces. And then we're gonna place that right on the aioli.
Use it like a glue,
Yes,
right? It works in your favor.
And the beauty about this tuna is you can eat it hot or you can eat it cold. It can sit at room temperature like we had it. It's delicious. You can chill it in the refrigerator overnight. It's good no matter how you do it. It's beautifully cooked. We'll take our asparagus and just randomly put them in different places so we get a lot of texture. And then I have our garnishes. So here I have a chive oil vinaigrette. All it is chives, canola oil pureed with a little bit of soy sauce.
So we could make that at home.
This is all the simplest of ingredients. I'm gonna save the little complicated one for the end, but that's only if you wanna show off. So we'll take this, and this is a beautiful color with different textures, and we'll just put this around the plate. You can see the soy sauce kind of beads up in it, and it looks beautiful. And then lastly, this is tobiko. So tobiko is flying fish roe. Now, you're not gonna get this at your local grocery store, but if you go to an Asian market, you can get it. There's all different colors and stuff. It really gives that pop. This dish is beautiful as it is, but we're gonna add a little bit of that red. It just enhances that tuna. So I'm gonna take a few little dollops of this and just kind of put this around the plate.
Wow.
And then lastly, I have here some beautiful small micro pea greens, just the pea shoots. We're gonna just take some of that green and kind of put it around the plate. And you can see it's super abstract, very simple. Basically 3 ingredients, aioli, asparagus, and tuna. And that's your grilled rare tuna, asparagus, sesame crust, and chili aioli.
Jason, you're a chef and an artist. It's been so fun cooking with you today.
Thank you so much. It's been a blast. We've cooked beautiful food. I can't wait to eat it.
Yeah, well, for the full recipe and for more chef segments, you know where to go, newenglandliving.tv.
Thanks for joining us today on New England Living. For more in the show or anything you've seen here today, visit us at newenglandliving.tv and follow us on social media. I'm Rachel Holt. See you next time on New England Living.